Hello guys, this is Bull Cable, and today I'm going to be telling you guys some tips that might help you guys improve your critter usage. So all kinds of tips to maybe improve your game, and for you veteran players this might not help so much, but for you lower players this will probably definitely help, and it's worth watching anyway to see if you can improve your critter game and placement and stuff like that. This will work for a lot of different strategies, and we're going to be going over quite a lot of little tips to just improve your game. Right, for the first tip here, always make sure you notice if there's any buildings at the back of the base or at the front of the base that are undefended by any other defenses. The most likely defense that is going to be targeting is probably the rocket launchers or shock launchers, because there I've got the biggest radius. So here we go, here's some gameplay here of using the critters to take a lot of the buildings out of the back of the base, and gaining actually more gumbo energy than we did from laying them, and it also takes out the HQ as well. So that's another great tip. I always look out for things like that. Also, this can apply for maybe there's one rocket at the back, and obviously as you guys know, the rocket does not cannot target troops that are really close to it. So if there's one wee rocket sitting alone unguarded, then I definitely recommend using critters to take that out. Here we go with the next tip here. We can use critters to distract troops. Here's a little example of one of the NPC bases here. Some people find this NPC base really hard, but I usually start with a shock, but then lay the critters, so when the shock is revealed and stopped, then they will instantly target the critters. And as you guys know, the boom cannons have a long reload time, so they're the perfect defense, as you guys can see, to do this. And same with the cannons. You can also use them to destroy mines. It's probably the most commonly used tip for the critters is to remove mines, and it does make it really easy with this strategy. Just to be sure to use your critters very carefully. Right, so then I flayed over the side and managed to take the base down. Right, here we go with the next tip here. Now this is not how to do it. If you have a look carefully here, when I eventually get up to the boom cannon, I actually, you have to be careful your timing when you're using the critters. You'll see here that I lay the critters too early, and you have to be careful because the boom cannon will target the first troop. See here, I lay the critters late, and the boom cannon gets 2 shots in before I even managed to destroy the boom cannon. So the boom cannon has targeted me twice before it's even targeted a critter, even though it's right next to it. They will concentrate. The AI of the defenses will go for the troop that it was first locked onto. Right, here we go with the next tip. You can actually, this is another thing not to use your critters. As you guys can see here, yes, they are cannons, but they're not productive to use your critters in this way. Definitely don't recommend using your critters if there's a lot of mortars next to it, because mortars can seriously chew through your critters really fast. You'd better using a shock launcher, a shock bomb. And you have to be careful. Is it going to be productive to use a shock, or is it going to be productive to use critters? Now, majority of the time it's better to use a shock, but there is scenarios where you will need to use a critter. For example, a lot of operation attacks require critters more than shocks if there's a lot of boom cannons and cannons, because they can hold off a lot longer. Here's another great example of using critters with a warrior rush. So here we go, we're working our way up to the base, standard warrior rush here, and you have to be careful. You want to lay your critters really quick here. I actually lay them a bit late, and you're gonna see basically how it lags behind. I lay the shocks, and then the critters come in late, and the troops that are not shocked have already decided that they want to target my warriors instead of the critters. So you need to be really fast there. It actually is a skill in itself to lay the shocks really quick and then lay the critters. So that's just a little practice for you guys. You just need to practice that, and you will, all these top warrior players will have already mastered that. You can also do that with him, Smoky Heavy-Zuka as well. Here we go here with another warrior attack, and this one is a disaster. This is not the best warrior attack that I have done in a while, and it definitely is. It's okay. It's another example of using warriors, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm a bit lazy with my warriors. I'm not a proper warrior player. Remember, I use tank medics all the time. So here we go. Here we shock, critter, critter, and we're taking the base down. Bang, bang, and that's another really good example of using the shocks and the critters effectively. So it's another way to do it is with warriors. Right, now for our next attack, we're going to be going on to the operations. Now this is probably, I can absolutely 100% recommend you doing this, especially with higher level operations. This is perfect. I laid 2 boxes of critters, and as I'm doing the attack, they are just munching away at the base, and it's going crazy well. I earn so much energy from this while I'm doing my attack. This is actually me doing the attack as well, and it's just super easy. You're just getting all the critters at the back, and they're not even getting harmed because the rockets are too far away. And then you can just let my tank medics roll in and use the shocks, whatever, and that's pretty much it. It just makes life so much easier by doing this strategy, and that's pretty much it for the critters, using it as the killing stuff. So basically we're on to the next little tip here, and this is using it with Heavy-Zuka. Now this strategy, if you use the critters effectively, you can seriously prevent casualties. Now you would never use the critters in front of anything except for doom cannons, boom cannons, in between rockets, or that's it. You wouldn't waste your critters anything else. Maybe in front of cannons as well, actually. Now, as you guys can see here, I'm using the barrages to take out the shocks, leaving the doom cannon. Now that the doom cannon is actually becoming a problem, I'm laying the critters in. As you can see, this doom cannon will be distracted by all my critters now, and all these shots that the doom cannon is using is all against these critters, and it's just incredibly, because since the Heavy-Zuka is so powerful, you can work your way through the map pretty quick because of the damage, and it completely took the boom cannon out of proportion, out of the whole game there, because it just was so strong. And it's just such a strong strategy to use these critters effectively. So guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed the tips. For most people this might have just been pretty obvious, oh, this is just common sense, but for some people, you know, they're just laying critters in, trying to do damage to things, and they're wasting their critters. I see me getting attacked and people wasting critters. I'm like, why are you doing this? So if you guys really enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up if it helped. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already for more Boom Beach videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.